and we're going to try to position you guys or get you guys into position to start making some money on this overall bearish market. All right. So before I get into everything, let me let you guys know if you are brand new, my internet is sometimes pretty sketchy. So it might cut out for a couple minutes. Just hang out, stay on. If I'm gone for longer than 10 minutes, then I will just drop some charts, all right? If you have to leave early, don't worry. All the replays will be posted now. I'm not going to lie, I am a little bit slow on the replays. It's a long process, depending on how long we're on. So the best bet is, if you can, stay on live. If you can, save the chart markups and everything, if you can, because I'm not gonna lie to you, I am slow on posting the replays. You can also catch the replays in the members back office, and also on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/BreakTheCycleFX. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for that, all right? So tonight's call is not going to be super long, guys, because it's relatively, like I already touched on earlier, a bearish market across the board. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys something different tonight. Instead of trying out the whole market, what we're going to do is we're going to see how far price we go, if it's hitting any kind of resistance areas, support areas, because it's overall bearish, or resistance, right? I'm trying to give you guys some strategies for entering the market, all right? But I've seen, especially with a lot of my coaching clients, is that a lot of people understand how to chart the market. They might get a little bit more sketchy on how to form a bias, and then a little bit more, even more sketchy on entries and exits. So being that the market is the way it is right now, I'm going to show you guys some entry and exit strategies that you can use. It's going to be the first time that I've probably shown one of these, but I mean, there's nothing new under the sun, right? There was one other thing I wanted to touch on before I got started, and I can't fully remember. So if everyone's ready to chart the market up, go ahead and drop some dollar signs in the chat. Drop some dollar signs. Let me know that all 37 of you are ready, and I'm going to be rolling. My session is kind of interactive, so if you guys too quiet, I mean, you won't get the most benefit, okay? Got a couple dollar signs, All right, cool. So what's going on, everyone? It's your boy Deontay, Break the Cycle section. How you doing? And this evening, we're going to chart the indices. We're going to look at gold. We're going to look at the dollar. We're going to look at Nas100, SPS 500, and US30, all right? Now, if you're brand new to Forex, these are relative... What in the world? Hold on. That scared me. Hold on. My bad. That joint did scare me, okay? What was that? Okay, if you're relatively new to Forex, what we're going to be looking at tonight moves abnormally fast, okay? What I mean by that is with regular Forex pairs, you might be lucky you get 50, 100, 150 pip moves in regular circumstances in a day. With the pairs that we're going to be looking at is more like 500 to 1,000, 5,000 pips, all right? So why that is important is because if your account isn't big enough to handle that kind of movement and you're not using proper risk management, then this market can most definitely blow your account and take all your money, all right? So definitely practice on demo before you decide to jump in. Understand that this session is what I see in the market, okay? What I see that may happen. I'm not telling you guys to take anything specific. That is your choice and your choice only, all right? So, really quick, let me just touch on a couple of things. Of course, everyone knows the coronavirus is an epidemic. It's sweeping through around the world to different countries, cities, and states. Schools are being shut down from 2 weeks up until the rest of the school year. People are being sent home. Some of you might have been sent home. If you are, I'm sorry to hear that. But at any rate, this is something that's going on everywhere, okay? And it most definitely is affecting the market, okay? We can see it across the board. Not only that, I don't see any changes happening in the market. Let me just go ahead and put that out there. All right, I don't see any changes happening for no time soon. Maybe not for a couple of weeks or a couple of months until we see this this coronavirus reach a peak and start to digress. All right. So if you guys didn't hear, San Francisco did end up shutting down the city. They're in 24-hour lockdown for 3 weeks, okay? Which means if it's not non-essential for you to go out, you're basically ordered to stay home. That's important because San Francisco was one of the first one of the first cities to lock down like this, all right? Now, we saw China do it. We saw Italy do it, okay? A lot of the stuff that's happening in the U.S. right now, I want you guys to understand, is not because of how bad this coronavirus is. It's because they're doing preventive measures, okay? A lot of stuff now, China didn't have a heads up, right? It started there and spread quickly. The UK didn't have much of a heads up. They knew it was going to happen, right? But this thing is spreading like wildfire. So what the U.S. is doing, this is just from my perspective, from what I've been reading, what I know about history, when it comes to viruses and stuff like that. Just from my own research, what it seems that we're doing is a lot of preventive measures before it gets worse, okay? Kind of like containment. So if you understand that, then you should be able to understand that a lot of people are being fear-driven right now, okay? With the preventive measures and everything, this is all fear-driven, which means that the market, the trading market, Forex market, cryptocurrency, it doesn't matter. It is going to be highly volatile and highly unpredictable, okay? So the best thing for us to do is stay with the trend. Okay, if you like to take reversal trades and stuff like that, if you're trading the pairs that we're gonna cover tonight, you might end up losing a lot of money. With this from work, I was sent home from work for the next 2 weeks, but I'm a government worker. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. A lot of people aren't getting paid for being off, so that's definitely a blessing. All right. So, with all that being said, you guys keep an eye on updates about the coronavirus. Go on Twitter. Look for there's like hashtag coronavirus or hashtag coronavirus updates. You could everything is like a Google search away. Okay, keep on top of this stuff because what's going to happen is when this news hits, it's going to affect the market fairly quickly. Okay, everything is crashing or dropping. I'm not going to say crash. I don't really like that word because that induces more fear. But everything is dropping hard, all right? What With that being said, if you guys have been trading Nas100, US, or any of the stocks, you notice that about 3 or 4 times this week, the market circuit breaker has been tripped. All right. Basically, that means that if the market, this isn't the Forex market, I'm talking about stocks. If it drops a certain distance and a certain amount of time, that flips a circuit breaker in the market that freezes the market. So, for instance, the first circuit breaker is tripped when the market falls 7%. Okay, 7%. Let me go back over here to Nas100. So when the market falls over 7%, circuit breaker is tripped and the market is frozen for about 15 minutes. Okay? At the end of that 15 minutes, the market is opened again. And if it falls another 7%, or it might be 15%, I can't remember the exact number. But if it falls, let's just say, for example, another 7%, circuit breaker is tripped again, the market is closed for another 15 minutes. They go through that cycle, I believe, 3 times. At the end of the 3rd time, when they reopen the market again, if it drops 15%, the market's closed for the day. Okay? So some of you might have experienced that throughout the week. I know I did last week. After last week when it happened, I just said, you know what? I'll tell you guys what I did. All right? I'll tell you guys what I did. But if we look back, I'm trying to see where the last gap was. I don't know if it's going to show on TradingView, but definitely if you look on N24, you'll see throughout the days that price stopped, and then there was a huge gap a couple times. I think I have a setting on my TradingView that might fill in the gap for me. At any rate, I'm not going to spend too much time looking for it. Anyway, I'm sure most of you guys have seen it already. Those of you that that do trade indices, have you guys seen that? The huge gap that's happened multiple times throughout this week? I thought my N24 was broken the first time it happened. Yeah, you guys have seen it. All right, cool. So, check this out, guys. Usually I would start with the dollar index, but the only reason why we look at the dollar index is because the other pairs that we look at move opposite or with it, right? So we look at the dollar now. It's been consistently rising for the last 3 days or so, right? I think this is a Sunday right here. March 9th. No, that's a Monday. Here goes one of those gaps right here on the dollar index. There goes, is this another one right here? March 13th? Nah, that's a Friday. All right. So the dollar is steady moving up. So we will expect for Nas100, US30, and SPS 500 to also go up, usually, right? And then we'll expect gold to fall. But since the market is being fear-driven, here's what's happening. Even though the dollar is going up, gold is moving opposite, right? Falling. But look at Nas100 and US30. It's still falling. Right? It's been falling. Okay? Because usually when there isn't no news, they do move the same. Right? But now we're seeing how news affects different markets. Okay? Different markets from Forex to stocks. Remember, if people are being sent home, that means jobs aren't being fulfilled. Okay? Supply is either overbearing demand or there's a lot of demand, no supply. So that's going to affect what the US30 measures, which is basically the top 30 businesses in the US, right? If their profit margin goes down, then the price is going to fall. Investors are going to pull. When that happens, it starts a snowball effect, right? Then fear starts to spread, and investors start to pull their money out the market. Now, usually when investors pull money from like the stock market or other things like that, they move it into safe havens like gold, right? What's happening is people are pulling their money out, but they're holding on to it. We even saw Bitcoin fall. Okay, so I'm saying all this to say this. I don't want to try to predict the market. I want you guys to look at the market as of what's happening at that moment. So let's start with Nas100. Okay, we had this huge bearish move, right? Huge fall. Like I said, I don't think that this is done, but we did hit some pretty interesting levels on a weekly time frame that may show signs of a temporary pullback. Okay, we may get a temporary pullback, at least probably up to the 50 EMA. So let me show you guys what I'm using. I'm using a couple of things. Okay, I got my 50 SMA, smooth moving average, close. I got my 15 EMA, close. I got 10 MA, close, and 200 EMA. Now, you guys can use all EMAs. You guys can use all MAs. You guys can use all smooth moving averages, right? I set these settings for myself because I saw, I said this a couple months ago, actually, maybe a month ago, because I saw interactions as between the smooth moving averages and the exponential moving averages. I saw more touches at different spots that gave me more of an edge of when to enter and when to exit. Okay, but this stuff isn't set in stone. All right. Now I also use the stochastic and pivot points, which I'll get into in a moment. All right. So Nas100 has been continuously bearish. Let's go down to the 4-hour. All right. Throughout this time, only look for sell setups. So let's drop down to the 1-hour. This is the way I've been trading. Okay. When the market did open or when it was open. So you guys can take whatever you like from this. Okay. So I look at the 1-hour. I see I'm on a steady downtrend. Okay. Now, if I'm on the downtrend in the 1-hour, I want to see if I'm on the downtrend on the 4-hour, which I know I am, and I'm on the downtrend on the 30-minute, which I am. So we know that the trend is definitely down. You can use the same methodology in any other currencies also, no matter what you trade. So I take my trades at the EMAs, either at the 50 or at the 200, okay? This right now is on the 30-minute. Either at the 50 or the 200. Right now, I see that I'm pretty close to the 50 EMA, which has been highly respected on the 1-hour here, right? Every time price came up, it fell again. Every time price came up, it fell again. Another thing you want to take note is where is their stochastic? Where is their stochastic? See right here, my stochastic is oversold on a downtrend. Oh, overbought. I'm sorry. Over where I got this on 80 right here. So it's overbought on a downtrend. All right. Now I'm definitely looking for rejection. Okay. Once price rejects, you have two different entries. Remember, we're only taking sales. So two different entries. You could wait. Let me go over the first entry. First entry is this. Once price starts to reject down and closes that below the 50, you could wait until that second candle that breaks the 50 closes and take a sell entry. Okay? Take a sell entry. That's one way. And just write it down. You can write it down to the previous low over here. Previous low. Boom, you would hit take profit. Okay? Then wait for it to come back up to the 50. Same exact thing, guys. Look. We're up at the 50, stochastic is overbought. Once that blue crosses over the red, you can enter, right? That's one way. It'll probably be somewhere down here. That's one way, okay? Another way is this. When you see you're at the 50 on the 1 hour, right? You see you're getting close to the reversal point, drop down to the 5 minute. This is how I've been taking my scalps. I could find, here we go. All right, drop down to the 5 minute. This is all within this whole block right here is that whole 1 hour candle, all right? This whole block right here. So once price goes into a sell on the 5 minute, okay, which right here broke, came back up to retest, consolidated, and then we got this price point here and this price point here. If you know you're going for a sell on the big time frame, go down to the 5 minute and only take the sell POMAs. All right, if you're not familiar with what POMA is, POMA stands for perfect order of moving averages. You see over here, I got my bigger EMA, the 200 right here. This is yellow. This orange is the 50. This red is the 10, or the 15, I'm sorry. And this white is my 10. That's perfect order of moving averages for a strong downtrend. Okay? You already know you're in the sell in the 1 hour. So only take the sells that show up on the 5 minute. Okay? So here's what you're looking for, your confirmations. Okay? I'm gonna go with the simple ones that you just need to keep in mind first. And then I'm gonna dig a little bit deeper for all my folks in here that love charting up charts just like I do and love Fibonacci. I'm gonna show you guys some things, all right? So just to keep it simple, here's your confirmations, all right? First confirmation was that the higher time frame was in the sell POMA. Okay? Second confirmation is this. Price comes up to the 50 on the 5 minute. Once they start to spread apart right here, you could make an entry anywhere in this area. Anywhere in this area right here. Okay? The most important thing is this. If you're in the sell POMA, when you come up to the 50, look at your stochastic. It's a stochastic overbought. Okay, which it is. Okay? The risky entry would have been here right when price started to go bearish. That's the risky entry. Okay? The safer entry is here. We already have the crossover here. Came back up, created a double top. Right when price closed below our 10 to 15. That's your entry. Take the sell. Is this thing confusing? Or is this super simple? Even here, if you want to wait for another confirmation, when the stochastic crossed right here and the oversold, when the red was over blue, sell. Remember, red over blue is selling, blue over red is buying. Red on top, red is dead. Okay? Super simple or no? This happens over and over again, guys. Look. This is how I've been scalping on the 5 minute and get surgical entries. Happens over. If you missed that entry, you got another one here, over, again. Over. Look at the stochastic. Double top. Over again. So what you could say is this. I'm not taking the sell until my stochastic creates a double top. Right? If I don't get a double top on my stochastic, I'm not taking it. If I'm not at my EMAs, I'm not taking it. Keep it simple. Right? Then once this bad boy starts to cross up, okay, once we got this cross up over here, you're not taking the sales no more. You're waiting. You're waiting. Because this is an overall sell. You don't want to get caught in none of this mess up here. Right? Overall sell. You're waiting. Boom. Comes back into sell Poma. You get your retest. Too easy. Stochastic is oversold. You got the cross. Here we go again. You got one peak right here. But look, for my people that don't want to stay in nothing too long, just still gonna cost these pips right here. That's probably like 200-300 pips. I gotta look at that on my entity 4. Right? But still, look, second entry at the double top. Come on, somebody. Stochastic cross, boom, good to go. Say profit, is at the previous low. Stop loss is at the previous high. Let's go. I'm in there. Does this make sense? The numbers in the stochastic is 1433. It's just the regular stochastic. I didn't change nothing. Does this make sense, guys? Waiting for the sells. This might produce a head and shoulders pattern and come back down and sell. So let me come back over here. Where was I at? Right here. Was I right here? Oh no, it was right here. This is the first one. All right. So for everyone that wants to do like a couple of extra confirmations, okay? Everyone that wants to do a couple of extra confirmations, drop your harmonic on here. With price pullback, where did we pull back to? Where did we pull back to, guys? Kill zone. 0.62. That's the reversal area. Too easy, right? Now you got 3. Well, it's the 3rd or 4th confirmation. Now you got the stochastics that was sold. You got price up at the 50, and now you got a 0.62 retracement. How many more confirmations? You know, hop in there, set your take profit or the stop loss above the next fib level. Take profit at the previous low. Ride that bad boy out. Okay. You even drop the trend lines on here. I'm spending a lot of time on this one. That's just the same exact thing on everything else, guys. Same exact thing. That's the trend line. This is kind of ugly. We'll do it from here to here. Got the trend line. Wait for it to break. Retest. Enter. Is any of this confusing? I went through 2 different ways. A basic way, just with a couple confirmations. Of those of you that like the chart, or you know, you like to play with the fibs. Boom. You know, throw some fibs on there. Okay? I'd rather do stuff like this for you guys, especially right now with the way the market is, because who knows when they could pull back. But guess what? When it does pull back, if you're looking at this in the 5-minute time frame, you'll see the pullback before people that's trading on the 1 hour and the 4 hour time frame. It'll pull back here first, it'll reverse here first before we'll every other time frame, right? Because this is the smaller time frame. This is the smaller time frame. We can even look at the 15-minute. You look at the 15-minute, you can say, okay, look, as long as my 15 minutes in sell Poma, I'm going to keep on taking sales. Once my 15-minute flips, I'm paying attention to what my 5-minute says, right? But at the end of all of this, guys, no matter what strategies you have, you still need to pay attention to what? What's most important? The strategy? News is one. Structure. Yes, overall trend. That still matters, right? I preach for every one of my students. Look, I don't care what you're doing. I don't care if it's scalping. I don't care if it's swing trading. I don't care if it's day trading. I don't care if it's intraday. I don't care. You still need to know what the market's doing. You still need to chart that bad boy up. Okay? And then form a bias. But charting up doesn't mean you have to do something extravagant, right? All you need to know is what? Where your support resistance levels are. Where's the trend? Am I pulling back or am I rejecting? That's all you need to know. Check this out. Let's do it real simple, real quick. I did not drop my fib on there, right? Let me pause here. I keep on forgetting. If you're brand new to the calls and you're confused, you don't know what's going on, it's okay. The market's not going anywhere. All right? Come here to learn, see how we do things, right? As you're going through your training, no matter where you're at, what's going to happen is things are going to start clicking for you, okay? And then once you catch this skill set and what we're talking about, yeah, I know, I will be confused too. Once you catch the skill set we'll be talking about, it's all going to click, all right? Don't think that you're just too dumb for this. Don't think, oh, I'm stupid, I'm never going to catch this. Trust me, everyone that's on this call tonight, even myself, has been exactly where you are now. Have been as confused as you are, has had the exact same questions you have, has made the exact same mistakes that you made. So if you're doing all this, trust me, you're in good company, right? And this is how you learn. Just keep on showing up, okay? So, sorry, I just had to drop that in there real quick before you guys left, all right? On the flip side of that, we're always here to help, so come to the community and ask for help, guys. Don't stay stuck, okay? We're here for you, all right? We're all can make money on this, okay? So that's what I was saying about doing a quick chart markup. It doesn't have to be nothing extravagant. All you need to know is what support and resistance levels you have. What's possible reversal points, which we already have lined up on our fib. The 62 level. Oh, that's the 50. Hold on. The 62 level. 62. Notice I said not 618. The 0.705 level. 705, not 736. And the 0.79 level. Now we have a support resistance levels, right? Next we need to know is what is the overall trend. Well, look at that. This is only 15 minutes. Let me see if I can go up some. 1 hour. 1 hour looks good. All right. So looking at this 1 hour, we could drop a couple of trend lines in a couple of places. Okay. So let's just keep it simple though. Where's price at now? All I'm gonna do is here's my trend line. I connect this first wick here to the top of this second wick here, and I drive it all the way down. Okay? Then we drop our channel. I'm gonna connect this wick to this wick. All right? And I honestly, I could drop another trend line up here because this is where my other trend. If I would have seen this, let me tell you why I'm doing this before I do it. If I would have seen this, I would have had the trend line up here. Okay? That would have been like my first trend line before this one. So me personally, I like to have that up there if I could see if I would have had another trend line. Because when we're talking about support resistance, I don't know if you guys have ever heard me before, but everything is support resistance. If you understand support resistance, you understand the market. You can make a lot of money. Okay? This regular horizontal lines, that's support resistance. Our trend lines is also support resistant. Our EMA is also fluid support resistant. Okay? The support resistance, what do we look for? Either a rejection or a breakout in the retest. That's all you're looking for in any market. So, with that being said, we're in the overall downtrend, 1 hour, right? I'm looking for price to break past this resistance level and come up to my trend line. Why? That would be more optimum for me because this trend line is lined up at the 62 level. Okay? Not only that, price has whipped up to the 62 level a couple times and then rejected. All right? So if price went up that high, for me, that's more of a confirmation that this is the turning point. Can I jump in here? Possibly. But then I have a more high probable risk that I will have to hold through this drawdown of 149 pips. All right, I don't want to try to hold in that drawdown. So if I have my bias, that I'm looking for this, before I go any further, I'm gonna go ahead and drop this chart inside the Slack. I'm in Telegram. And these charts will also be posted everywhere, all right? Nas100, 1 hour time frame. If you guys are still with me, drop some dollar signs down in the chat. Let me know you guys are still here paying attention. Dollar signs in the chat. Let me know this stuff is making sense. Cool. All right. So now I have my bias, right? And you can do the same thing on any chart. Look, guys, that's the chart markup right there. Support resistance, find out where I'm at, what do I expect price to do based on my levels and my stochastic. Keeping it very simple, okay? So if this is my bias, I'm looking for the sell. Now what you can do is drop down to the 5 minute. From here, you can keep on marking this up if you want. I could drop a trend line here. Let's say once price breaks this, I'll be looking for a sell. All right, we could have something like this develop. A nice little head and shoulders pattern, right? That's a sell pattern, right? This is where, in these areas, guys, once price comes up this high, you know, in a potential zone, that's where the double tops, your head and shoulders, your rising wedges, your flags, your pendants. This is the area that those formations are going to develop. Okay? Now, keep in mind that when you're looking at overall structure, it can get pretty confusing because I just now drew a head and shoulders pattern here, but who sees a buy pattern? How many of you guys looking at the chart see a possible buy pattern? Anyone? If you don't, it's all good. You do? You do? All right, cool. You guys hold that thought. The bottom? All right, cool. You guys hold that thought. All right? Because this is going to happen. People are going to see this head and shoulders pattern, possibly, and try to take an early entry here. Right? You guys have to, I can't, how do I want to put this? I can't express this well enough. You need to be patient. And you need to look at everything. You need to look at everything. Check this out. Possible sell right here. Some people might be thinking about taking the sell up here at resistance, right? Because you know it's already rejected once. But you have to pay attention to everything, like I just said. Is the stochastic lined up for a sell? No. I gave you guys those rules in the beginning for a reason. Because I've lost the money enough to know when not to mess with this. Right? I've already done this before. I've already lost money here. Okay? Thinking that it was going to do one thing just based on one part of the puzzle. All right? But this is telling me is that price could possibly do this right here. That's what I see. Right? That's why we have our rules. Wait till you're oversold. Or you can wait till you break your little trend line here. You already know you're taking sales, right? Don't worry about the buy back up. Only take the sales. Trust me, guys. Okay? So, back to that pattern. Who said this on pattern? KJ at the bottom. Gary, what pattern did you see? JC, what pattern did you see? I want to get you guys used to looking at the big picture. All right, the big picture will save you and make you a lot of money. Gary, just type up what pattern you see. Let me know. Yes. Inverted. I see it inverted. Oh, which is checking. Okay, cool. I see it inverted head and shoulders. Also. Right here. Wouldn't this drop down be perfect? If it fell down again? With that sell that I just now said, hey guys, if it breaks here, it comes down, look for the sell, right? So, since we all see that, here's what I'm telling you guys that would be a good idea. Don't hold these trades for a long time. Okay? Take them from level to level. If it breaks through a level like this aggressively, ride that bad boy out, but move your stop loss into profit as soon as you can. Okay? So trade from level to level. Here's what I mean. Let's say price breaks here. Price breaks the trend line. Yes, still wait for the retest, but only take it to the next level. Okay? Wait for it to break. Retest. And then enter again and take it to the next level. That's the bottom of your trend right there. At this point here, this is why I say it doesn't matter if they're scalping or not. Because you could scalp this bad boy, especially Nas100, 150 pips at a time. Okay? It takes just as long as catching 10 pips on the regular currency pair. All right? Now, here's why I say it's very important for you to chart this bad boy up on a higher time frame. If you didn't have this charted up, and you're just going purely on strategy, you would still be taking sales down here. And this is where you get your account blown. because you didn't know how strong that support level was. So you take a sell, and guess what happens? It takes off again. Doesn't stop. It takes off. Did it stop over here? Did it stop? No, you kept on going. Okay? So this is why I say you still need to try to prepare. Because at this point right here, I'm looking forward to go back up. If it breaks this point, then I'll be more confident in the sales going down. Does that make sense? That's why I try to tell as many of you as I can, still chart up your pairs. Okay? Learn how to do this first. All right? So we got our sell bias happening. Back on. Where our trend line intersects where if price did break it, it'll also break our EMAs. All you have to do is be patient and just wait for the setup. Patience. Okay? It's not going nowhere. Even if you do miss a move, who cares? Look. This is on the 5-minute time frame. This stuff is happening all day long. Look. This thing retested. This thing retested 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times in 12 hours. You had 6 opportunities. Okay? If you miss a move, let it go. Wait for the setup. Okay? Wait for the setup. So overall sell on Nas100, guys. Okay, overall sell. Let me put some of this stuff back on. Overall sell. All right. Just trade this stuff the regular way. You just have to drop down a couple of time frames, okay? And be a little bit quick on the trigger because it does move. And don't hold them for too long. Unless you get in at like the very, very top somewhere up here and you can ride it longer. I mean, by all means, but move your stop loss into profit if you're going to keep on riding. All right? So, let's look at, I'm going to look at US30 because it's virtually the same thing. And then we're going to look at gold. I'm not going to look at SDS 500 because it's the same thing, right? And my main thing, look at this. Gold, US30 looks almost exactly like Nas100 right now. Exactly like it. Actually, before I check this bad boy out, let's see what price ended up doing based on our EMAs. I think this one went all the way down to the monthly, if I'm not mistaken. Or it's on its way down. All right, cool. So, let me show you guys something. Here goes the crash of 2008. I can't see. Right over here. It's about 7,000 pips, right? I'm looking at price though. I guess I should just use the regular. It went from 13,969 to 6368.6. Okay. Now, I understand that this isn't price. I went over what all this already is, but I went over in our first webinar. You guys can catch it in the replays. Okay. When I did a full breakdown of all this. Here's the thing that I'm looking at. What's wrong with this 200? 1 second. Oh no. Okay, I don't mind. Dang it. All right, 1 second. Let's say exponential. All right, so what I'm trying to say is that look, it lost roughly half of its value, right? Overall, almost about half. Look at now. It went from 29.58 to what was that? 19.15. Okay, so roughly a third, almost a third. So in comparison, this really it isn't as bad as 2008 yet, but look here in 2008, price didn't start to turn around until our stochastic was bottomed out. If we were going to judge that and say, okay, maybe the same thing could happen here, look how much more potential we have. It's still a lot of money to be made. It's still a lot of money to be made. Now, will we have pullbacks? Possibly, yeah. But the more cities that go into quarantine, the more jobs are shut down, the more bad news we get, the worse it's going to get. Okay, that's not to be doom and gloom. That did sound kind of doom and gloom, didn't it? That's not to be doom and gloom. That's to prepare you guys. Look, you still have plenty of time to get into position. This ride isn't over yet. Okay? This ride is not over yet. So just do the same thing we've been doing. Looking at the 1 hour. Now, there's a couple of scenarios here that I've touched on in the past. Depending on what time frame you're looking at, will depend on, sometimes it might wait the price to come up to the 50, or sometimes it might wait till you get a 10.50 cross. I mean, a 10.15 cross. Okay? It just depends on looking at what price has done in the past. You see here, as respected our 15 pretty well. Hasn't really broken the 50, right? Me, I like to wait and see the price comes up to the 50. But if you get, if price comes up to the EMAs and you start to see the stochastic coming up the top, when you start to get that cross there, I mean, you could probably stop it a little bit. But the same thing that we said with Nas100 as far as the stochastic is the same thing here. You could say, look, I'm not doing nothing until, come on, somebody, I get a double top on my stochastic, and I'm looking for sales. On that second leg, that's when you can enter. All right? I'm not doing nothing. So I give me a double top. Just keeping it simple. Double top at the 50. Let's go. Double top at the 50. Let's go. Right? This is on the 1 hour. That's a lot of pips. Right? Same thing on the 15-minute, guys. Same thing. You're on the downtrend. Double top. Right? Now remember, I didn't just look at the chart and say, okay, I'm at the 50, let me sell. No, I charted it up first, right? I charted up Nas100. And we could chart this up too. Ain't no thing. Real quick. Let's say 1 hour. Price came down, came up, started to break. This pullback right here. We could do it from here. This high. Go all the way down. Now, actually, we could pull it from here. This high. All right. Drop a couple of horizontal. Keep it real simple. Okay. Our reversal areas. We're only going to be looking for sales in this bearish market anyway. Okay, so we're looking for the setup. Can it reverse? Yeah, but we'll see it happen on the 5-minute first, and then we can adjust, right? But as long as it's going in this bearish market, we're only taking sales, baby. I'm going to do it from here for now, because this isn't complete yet, right? I mean, we could go here, but I'd rather do what's already been established and then see what happens, okay? So we could establish a channel here. Just by dropping trend lines, connecting to it. Actually, let's go up here. Let's do that. So right now, I'm already expecting this to sell down, create a double bottom. Right? Divergence? Yeah. Yeah, we got divergence here also. Okay. So I'm already expecting this to come down to do a double bottom for a couple reasons. Not only we're at the top of the trend, which really doesn't really mean nothing to me because I just not drew that, right? I just now chart that up. So until it respects this trend probably one more time, I have a little bit more confidence in it. Because even here, I respect the trend line, not the trend. Because even here, I really didn't touch it. You feel me? So I'm going to expect this to at least do a double bottom, come back down. Looking at it, stochastic is overbought, but this is only 1 hour. Okay, so let's break this down further. Before I do that, let me drop this. US30. What's more? All right. So we go down to the 5-minute. I know my bias is to sell. That's what I want to see happen. Oh, man. So I could go ahead and drop my trend line here on the 5-minute now. Looks exactly like Nas100. And I can say, look, I'm not taking the sell until I get a break. There's my arrows. I thought I had, okay, here we go. So I get a break. Retest, and then you gotta enter and look for that sell down, right? But don't want to do it too early. You don't want to jump in the sell now. I see your questions. I'm gonna come back to it real quick. You don't want to do it now. Why? Why would we, even though we see the partial head and shoulders pattern here, right? Up, left shoulder, head, looking for a right shoulder and fall. Why wouldn't we jump in this now? It's too early. Stochastic is not set up down here, right? You're already oversold. You don't want to jump in the sell, right? You add the support level. Look, previous structure here.
Because it could fake out and retest that same level.
Exactly. You could bounce right off of this level and continue to make higher highs. Okay? So wait till you see the downtrend happen on a smaller time frame, and then you can enter. Throw your EMAs on there. I haven't even showed you guys the CDI. Well, this is without even all the extra tools that we use, guys. This is super simple. Right? I'm not gonna say super simple because you guys, everyone's at a different learning level, right? What I will say is that this is probably one of the easiest strategies to implement, no matter what you're trading. Okay? You can retest here. A strong confirmation on whether or not of like closing the probabilities of this retesting up as the price closes below the 50 EMA. If it closes below the 50 and retests and rejects, they might be going for that sell a little bit earlier. Just like they did here. Look, I ain't playing. Price stayed below this 50, no matter how far it pulled up. It either hit the 50, like broke it just a little bit, but it always popped back in front of it, right? Now that our 10 to 15 has crossed over the 50, price crossed over the 50 here. Look, it retested it at the same time. It tested the 15 and 10 EMA and pushed back up, right? It could do the same thing here. If it breaks down, if price breaks down, you come back up and test the 50. And like it kept on buying here, it can keep on selling here. Does that make sense? Everyone good? Any questions about that thus far? US started 15 minutes. All right, so now last but not least, guys, let's take a look at gold. All right. See, I've been marking this bad boy up all day. Well, all week, really. All right, so gold. I'm still looking for gold to pull back. Can you guys hear me? I just got an internet unstable notification. Am I still good? Drop a number 111 if I'm good, please. My bad. Thanks. um, Thanks. Who said that? Ronnie. My bad, bro. All right. So gold, I'm still expecting gold to pull back some, but overall, probably keep on selling. Okay. Um, Now, when I talk about a break in the trend line, that's what I was saying. So when I talk about breaking the trend line, wait for a retest and then sell. For me, this isn't a break. This is just a little bit of consolidation. Okay? I want to see this bad boy. I want it to break like this engulfing candle, right? Aggressive break and then a pullback. Okay? So yeah, I note this break right here. I see you, but it's not getting too much respect for me until it breaks this support level also. Okay? Let's look at reject right here and push right back up. And then looking now at stochastic, I mean, it can just keep on going up and down, up and down. Hold on. We got some divergence here. So this thing keep on still stepping down little by little and then shoot up. Okay? So all we need to do is, everyone already knows what these purple levels are, right? This first one is the 62, and then the 70, and then the 79, right? So price fell down here, reject that 60 at the 70 once, twice, and then fell. Okay? So if we throw our EMAs on here, let me remove all these charts. But nothing's changed, has it? Nothing's changed. If you're in the sell Palma, look for the sells. If you're in the buy Palma, look for the buys. Everyone thinks that gold is such a big mystery. It really isn't. A lot of people getting caught up because they're not looking at the higher time frames. Or you're trying to take reversals. I'm in a sell Palma here. I'm on 1 hour. I'm going to drop my trend line. Okay? Here. Oops, sorry. I'm going to connect these two and run it through. Oh. Okay, nothing's changed, guys. Why is that? I'll cancel that. My bad. Nothing's really changed, all right? What we can also do is what? You could drop another inner trend line right there if you want. Okay? So if it breaks above it, take the buy up. If it goes below it, take the sell. But we only are trading with the trend. So drop your EMAs on there, and they'll let you know. If it breaks to 50 and goes up to 200, it could reverse here. If it breaks at 200, we might be looking at a full-on reversal, right? How far do I see it going down? Is that the question? Where's the reversal at for gold off the fib? Well, that fib, it depends on where you draw the fib. I think that first fib I had from here, down. Yeah. Okay. If it comes up and rejects, just take it down to the previous low. Now, how low can it go? Well, you have to look at the high time frame. Let me drop this first. Before I say how low could go, all that, let me drop this. Let me make it a little bit more clear. What's that? All right. So we'll be looking at reversal points at, first of all, what does this look like? So you have to understand why my analysis is the way it is. What is this right here? It's kind of ugly. I wonder if I could clean that up a little bit. What we got? Rise and wedge. Rise and wedge, which is a cell formation, right? Ain't nothing changed. Look for your market formations. Look at your EMAs. Look at your stochastic. Okay? I'll be looking for a sell up here. Actually, is that the 50? Yeah, let me no, not that. One sec. 50. All right. Be looking for a sell up here. Or a sell up here. Too easy. Just gotta wait for the pullback. Nothing changed but the decimal point. Of course. Thank you, Antonio. Right? People are, guys, don't get scared by or intimidated by these fast moving pairs. Okay? The market moves in patterns. Know the patterns, then know the market. Will some of these patterns fail? Yeah. Right? But they're called high probable patterns, not perfect patterns, which means that most of them will win. Okay? Eventually, once it breaks here, well, we'll look at that in a second. So here's the SAU USB H1. All right. So once it does fall, someone asked the question. Let me remove all this. I will start doing this though. All right. One sec. I'll fix it later. One of the questions was, yeah, it's just so clear. How far can it go? Don't be surprised if it goes as low as 1409. 1409. This is looking off of the weekly time frame. Why? Because there's nothing else here to stop it. There's nothing here to stop price to continue falling. Our next level will be around 1409, 1400, right? Look how high our stochastic still is, right? It could turn around here and create a head and shoulders pattern. All right, anytime I see this, half a bat move here, or this little boom, a nice shoulder, and then a peak like that, and the price comes down, I'm automatically thinking possible head and shoulders pattern. And that head and shoulders pattern could possibly create what? An inverted angle shows pattern on this stochastic. Yeah, look at the big picture. Big picture. Let's go to the monthly. Check this out. Ain't nothing changed. Gold just barred up to our kill zone levels. Ain't nothing changed. Doesn't matter what time frame you look at. Doesn't matter what time frame you look at, what kind of trader you are. Just keep it simple. We just say, hey, gold might come back down here just to retest and then push back up. You guys feel me? So this is our next level right here. On the weekly, it's actually down to 1380. Okay? Does this make sense, guys? Just keep it simple with a couple of support resistors, some trend lines, and say, "Yo, if I'm not breaking the trend line, I'm not entering. If I'm not breaking this level, I'm not entering. If I reject, I'm entering. And go get my 10, 15 pips, or for my my intraday, I'm going to get my 50 pips, 100 pips, you know? Well, that's on gold, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna drop this here just so we can have some evidence when it does happen. All right. Let me go ahead and capture this. I'm gonna give this to you guys so you can see. But you're only gonna want to take the sales, guys. We're not done, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, not just the guys. All right. All right, let me go through these questions real quick. We're pretty much done for the night, guys. If you have questions, go ahead and drop them down in the comments. If you enjoyed this, shoot me a message or tag me in the Facebook post. Let me know how much you enjoyed the sessions. If you want more, something different, not something different, but if I could explain things a little bit better, drop me a line and let me know, okay? This is your guys' session, and I'm going to make it as good for you as I possibly can. I don't know unless you let me know, all right? So someone asked, can you build up a 180 account for US30, Sam? Not for US30, I think you might need at least 200, and then you could take every trade at 0.01. You could make a lot of money with US30 if you got your inches down at 0.01. Every 1,000 pips is $100. So then there's 8,000 pip drops, so 7,000, 5,000 pips, that's $500, $700, $800, all right? The way I build my accounts is I start them very low. Well, recently I've been going really low just to show people what's possible. So $100, $200 account, and I start with Nas100. And I take a scalp at a time, and I start at, I'm going to tell you why I start at now. When I first started, I started at just 20 cents, right? Now I start at $1 scalp, and I go for 50 pips on Nas100. 50 pips is pretty fast on Nas100. I could probably get 500 pips in an hour, right? So I built it up 50 pips, boom. Think about 5 trades. Now that $200 is now $425, right? I tried to get it up to $500, boom. Once I'm at 500, then I go to US30. I start my first trade in US30 at 0.01, right? I look to get, probably a couple extra $200 You know, my overall goal for me, before I go too hard to US30, is to build my account up to $1,000, okay? Which could be done in 3 or 4 days when you're messing with indices. So then once I build my account to $5,000, then I'm stopping US30 at 0.03 to 0.05. And I keep on building it from there. Usually for me, every $1,000 on US30 is another 0.03 lots. Okay? But I start a lot of them off, and I'm starting with less than $100. Then the only thing that I'm scalping is gold. So I use gold to build up a really small account, $94, $100, $150. Then from gold, I move to Nas100, build it up to $500, $600, $700 as much as I can. Once I hit 1,000 or close to it, I might mix in some US30. But whatever I'm doing, I'm only taking one scalp per asset at a time. I'm not mixing Nas100 and US30 scalps at the same time. Okay? But best practice, at least $500. If you want the best with US30, like myself, I'd like $1,000. And you could build that up fairly quickly. All right. I'm going through questions here. What's the reversal, rise and wedge? All right, clear as day. All right, the reason why I do this, with this SMAs, EMAs, and MAs, like the difference is because I looked at a couple of currencies when I first started using these. Like, well, we've been using these with Pip Smoke for over a year now. So, you know, basically, I'm just showing you guys Pip Smoke with a little bit of our kill zone strategy, right? So, with this EMAs, MAs, SMAs, there's really not a lot of difference. I just saw a little bit more reaction at my EMAs or my SMAs at those levels. So I decided to keep it there. Like I said at the beginning of the call, you can have all EMAs, all MAs, all SMAs. It's up to you. It's just me, but if price goes up some more, it will be an inverted head and shoulders. Was that on gold, Deja? Yeah, I just not gave you guys our entire strategy. So, I mean, I think I gave it to you before also, but this is what we use. This is how we're killing it. How people are flipping $50, $94 accounts to $2,000 in a week. I mean, all right. So that's no more questions, guys. I think I dropped off all the charts. We're ending the call right at an hour and a half. I got about 5 more minutes. So, in the last minute things, let me know. Drop them off in the chat. And then we keep moving. If there's anyone here, never mind. Everyone good? Well, I will go ahead and put it out there. If anyone here is a part of BYOBFX, and you've been interested also in Break the Cycle FX, I did work out a special package with our partners at BYOBFX just for members of BYOBFX of how you could join Break the Cycle FX for a one-time payment for as long as you are a BYOBFX member. So that way you don't have to, pay 2 monthly commissions. I mean, not two monthly payments to do 2 different organizations. You know what I mean? I'm trying to help you guys out as much as possible. So if you are a member of BYOBFX and you are interested in Break the Cycle FX and our tools and strategies, hit me up. We got a special one-time promo just for you guys as long as you remain a member of BYOBFX, okay? So inbox me. The real Deontay section. Let me just show you my Facebook here. Oh, that's Messenger. Let me just show you my Facebook here real quick. It's going to be facebook.com/TheRealDeontay section or facebook.com/BreakTheCycleFX. Here it is right here. I'm going to drop that off in the chat. Hit me up if you're interested in that, and we'll be good to go, all right? So, is everyone good? Thank you, Deja. Oh, if you're with Break the Cycle FX, tomorrow we have our Q&A webinar, and we have a special guest, Coquina, who's going to hop on and show you guys her strategy on how it's just helping people who join Break the Cycle FX within the first week start seeing profit. She's the one that I bragged about the other week about she helped one of her members first week within 7 days make like over $400, right? I believe she was a stay-at-home mom. I'm not for sure. I know she was a mom though, right? So Coquina has really been helping out a lot of our members. We got the 10 pip and dip group. So we got to cover all that on tomorrow's members only webinar with Coquina. She's going to cover her whole strategy with you guys. She's basically taking what we have taught, made it her own, has been killing it, all right? So tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m., look out for the link inside of Slack, all right? Last minute questions going once. We got 2 minutes left. Thanks, Kevin, for showing up, brother. But yeah, 10 pip and dip is on fire. We've been killing it, right? Everyone good? I hope you guys have a great night. I'm going to end it here. As always, it's your boy Deontay. Break the cycle section. And I'll see all of you on the next webinar. Thanks for coming up. Hope you catch some pips.